Factsverse presents New information about the only men to escape Alcatraz suggests experts got it all wrong. Of all the prisons in the world, Alcatraz is the most notorious. It was once a military installment and then became a prison. Alcatraz housed the most dangerous criminals because of its location. It's on an island in the middle of the San Francisco Bay, which would make escaping dangerous and more than likely deadly. Over the years, many inmates did try to escape but were unsuccessful. That's what we thought, anyway. New information about the only men to escape Alcatraz suggests experts may have had it all wrong. Alcatraz was in operation as a prison for 15 years. During that time, there were 12 escape attempts made by 31 prisoners. Of those 31 inmates, 21 were captured alive, 6 were shot and killed. 2 were never found but presumed dead. The 2 were believed to have drowned in the icy waters of the San Francisco Bay. During the summer of 1962, 3 inmates wanted to be the first to escape from Alcatraz successfully. The men who tried to escape included 2 brothers, John and Clarence Anglin. They teamed up with 2 other criminals, Frank Morris and Alan West. For 6 months, the inmates took advantage of the prison's music hour to drown out the sounds of them chiseling holes into the vents below the sinks in their cells. Once they managed to pull that off, they moved on to the second phase of their plan. The inmates constructed rafts out of stolen raincoats, and they rigged a concertina to inflate the rafts when it was time to make their escape. They also created paddles out of scraps of wood. The men didn't want the guards to notice that they were missing until they were long gone, so they also made dummy heads out of soap, toothpaste, concrete dust, and toilet paper. They even used stolen hair from the barbershop to put hair on their dummy heads. Everything was ready, and on June 11, 1962, it was time for them to make their escape. The hole that West made in his cell wasn't large enough and the others had to leave him behind. The remaining men made it up out of the ventilation shaft and they scaled the kitchen vent pipe out of the prison. The 3 men got out of the prison, inflated the rafts, and they were never seen again. By the time West made his hole bigger and did get out of the prison, it was too late. His friends were gone. As soon as the men were discovered missing, the authorities began the search. They found shreds of the rafts that had washed up on local beaches. They also found the Anglin brothers' wallets, and they both contained names and addresses of friends and family. There were no sign of the escapees themselves, though. The investigators didn't believe that the men could have possibly survived the strong currents in the bay. It was thought the men died in less than 20 minutes after their escape. In order for Alan West to get immunity for his escape attempt, he had to tell the authorities the escape plan. He told the police that the men were going to steal a car when they arrived on Angel Island, but no raft was uncovered, and there were no cars reported stolen. This led police to believe the men never made it to the island. Later, it was discovered that a raft actually was found, and a blue 1955 Chevrolet was reported stolen in Marin County. Many people believe the FBI covered this up to maintain the reputation of the prison. Over the years, there had been many tips, sightings, even photographs of the 3 men who escaped. The most notable was a photo taken of the Anglin brothers in Brazil in 1975. The authorities also had Christmas cards signed by the fugitives and human remains. In 2018, the case blew wide open. Officials could no longer ignore it. A letter was sent to the San Francisco Police Department, and it was from somebody who claimed to be John Anglin. He said that his brother and Morris both had died, and they were buried back east under different names. He said that he had cancer and offered to turn himself in and serve a year in prison in exchange for medical care. Currently, experts are trying to determine whether or not the letter is even official. Until the investigation's complete, we may not know what happened to the escaped convicts. Many people do believe that they got off Alcatraz that night, but there's not enough forensic evidence to prove it either way. Do you think they actually did escape, or did they die in the freezing water? Give us your opinion in the comments, and subscribe for more.